Good morning, fight fans. What's up, man? It is the homie, main man, made man in the building. Y'all know how I get down. We talking boxing, man. Going down on Wednesdays and Saturdays here on Main Man, Made Man's Boxing. That means I'll see y'all tomorrow, right? I'll see y'all tomorrow. Salute to all of the boxing fam out there, man. Just gonna slide through real quick for a good word this morning, Joe. And I'm taking in this lead article here on Boxing Scene this morning while chilling, drinking my coffee. Took in the lead article, and the lead article is talking about Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury, and which Dan Goosen stated that Tyson Fury basically revamped himself in one training camp. And the question is, can Deontay Wilder revamp himself in one training camp? Now, according to Dan Goosen, he feels as though if Tyson Fury can do it, of course Deontay Wilder could do it, and for many different reasons. Now, Tyson Fury, we all know, traditional boxer, likes to dance around the ring till he wears you down, till he hurts you, whatever the case may be, but that's usually his style. But he knew after that first fight, I got to make adjustments. I cannot be that same guy that was in that first fight. And so what did he do? He sought out the proper tutelage. Now, a lot of boxing fans know that Tyson Fury went far and beyond just a normal training camp. Yeah, of course, he brought in Sugar Hill Stewart with a whole new style, that Kronk style, based upon power. You know what I mean? Based upon length. They do a lot of good things in that gym. Tyson Fury sought that tutelage. But on top of that, before that, he also went to wrestling school. He's also did a lot of things with MMA people. They taught him a lot of things. The one thing that Dan Goosen walks away in this article speaking about Tyson Fury that he was impressed about was the fact that Tyson Fury fought a hell of an inside game. You know what I mean? And that was something that we never knew that Tyson Fury even possessed. But he sought it out. So the question is, and he did this in one training camp. Well, some may say two, because he did face Otto Wallin in the meantime, between time. So some may say he was just gearing up then. Well, I don't know. But the fact of the matter is he armed himself with the right tools. Now, Deontay Wilder's in that same position. Deontay Wilder's been getting by on that right hand for a long time. It's a beautiful right hand. It's a dangerous right hand. It's I believe to be a talent within itself, not only to have power, but to properly be able to deliver the power. And that's what he has. But at this point, Wilder now has to build. And it's crazy to say at this late in a fighter's career that we're talking about building. But it is what it is. It is what it is. And we got to understand what Deontay Wilder is. And that is a fighter that picked up boxing late. Through heart, grit, and determination, managed to earn a bronze medal in the Olympics with little tutelage compared to other fighters. Still to go on to become a world champion that reigns for 5 years with little tutelage. Everybody out there, oh, he doesn't do this. He doesn't know how to do that. He doesn't know how to do this. But he got far just on raw talent, if you will. But now we're at a point where we need more. We need more. Now, Deontay Wilder's already stated that he's willing to bring in 2 new trainers. On top of the 2 probably he already has. We don't know if they're going to be fighters. We don't know if they're going to be trainers. We don't know who the fuck they're going to be. But he says he's willing to bring in 2 more. Now, from what I've gathered of all the points, if you will, of what I want Deontay Wilder to work on, and Dan Goosen does the good job of outlining it himself, and that is inside game, that is road work, and the ability to fight going backwards. Those are 3 things that Deontay Wilder needs, like yesterday, to get through Tyson Fury. Inside fighting, road work for them skinny ass legs, and the ability to fight going backwards. These are the things that must be learned. Now, Deontay Wilder been hooked up. I always say the gods of nature, whatever you want to call it, hooked up my main man, and he got more time. Which means because at first the fight was scheduled to go down in July. Coronavirus happened, and now we got an indefinite date, but it's down the line. Giving Deontay Wilder more time to learn. More time to learn. I think JD's, Mark Breland, may have taken him, at least against Tyson Fury, as far as he can go. Tyson Fury recognized this early on, after that first fight, and say, you know what, Ben, I love you, but my pops is mad at me. People are looking at me like, why are you pussyfooting with Wilder? Everyone's looking at me as weak. I can't rock with you. And that fight was too close, Ben. I can't do it with you this time. I can't make you the head guy. I love you, but I can't make you the head guy. I'm going to go choose Sugar Hill. Tyson Fury didn't let nothing get in the way of him achieving that goal, of getting to be the best Tyson Fury, regardless of his relationship with Ben, who helped bring him out of the dustbin, champ. But he still told him, I love you, bro, but I got to set you aside for a minute, and I got to bring this man in because he can arm me with better tools. And that's the same thing that Wilder got to do. Ain't no offense to Breland or Dees or whatever the fuck. It's, I got to get to my goal, and I got to sit y'all down, and I got to bring in the right tutelage. I need somebody to teach me inside game, get me on the road, and get me running, and how to fight going backwards. All of these years, y'all haven't taught me that. And let's just give them the benefit of the doubt and say, maybe they tried, man. Maybe they tried and he just didn't. You know how that goes. Once you get hit, you go back to being the fighter that you normally are. I always say that about Jarrett Swift-Hurd. Jarrett Swift-Hurd is saying he wants to become a boxer, but the day that he gets hit too much, he will become the Michael Myers of boxing again. You feel me? And that's really the case with Wilder. The only progression that I've really seen in Deontay Wilder is his patience. But that progression has to do with enhancing his right hand, not adding more tools, but enhancing the tool that he already has. That's what he's gotten better at, in my opinion. Patience, it can come at any crackerjack time. And maybe got a little comfortable with it. Because it was working so much. It didn't matter how skilled the opponent was. And Luis Ortiz, he losing every round. Every round against Luis Ortiz, and he stuck to the script patiently. That was great. It worked in that instance. Cool. And I'm glad he became much more patient because he was too wild. But that's just enhancing the right hand. The right hand is beautiful, family. And I see you, William. Give me 1 second. Beautiful right hand. Beautiful right hand. But you need more. You need more. And you're 100%. He does have to learn how to be defensive and box on the back foot. Tyson knows what Wilder brings. Try learning something new and give Tyson something he isn't expecting all day. Couldn't agree with you more, William Smith. Couldn't agree with you more. JD in the building. The answer is no, he says. He has to learn. Now, like I said before, he has to bring in someone that he thoroughly respects. Because it has to be someone that's going to deliver it and put it in Wilder's gut. It got to be in the stomach. It got to be so when Wilder's under duress, when he's trying to figure it out, he may be down 1 round, down 2 rounds, how to stay focused, how to stay disciplined and stick to the script and stick to the plan and to be able to carry out that plan. Not get hit too much or get danced on too much and then start flinging that right hand as much as you want to do it. No. It's got to be somebody that's going to give it to Wilder and it's going to be stuck in the gut, fight fans. Someone he looks up to, someone who inspires him, someone that he's just want to be associated, someone like that. That's going to really stick and get it in him because he's late in the game. I'm like Dan Goosen. I believe that Wilder can be taught. I do believe that Wilder can be taught. And the reason I believe that, for everyone out there that doubts it, say, no, Wilder can't be taught. He can't be taught. It's too late in the game, man. He can't learn this. It's too late. It's not enough time. If that is you, now I'm not saying he has to add all of these huge things, just little things. But if that is you, then remember something. He caught boxing late and meddled in less than 3 years after picking up boxing. Your favorite fighter, who's tremendously skilled, could be on the pound for pound list. World champion, whatever you want to, they could be unified, whatever they are. How many of these fighters that are great fighters today didn't even medal? This is a man that picked up boxing late and medaled. If you can do that, which ain't easy, fight fan, I don't give a fuck who you are. I can't take my ass and just picking up boxing, take my ass into the Olympics and medal. If I can do that, that means that I can be taught. That means there's something there. That means something there. It just gotta be taught. It gotta be brought out of. There's something there, because that is rare. That don't happen like that. You don't pick up boxing 16, 17 years old and you're medaled by 20. It don't usually work that way, fight fans. So when you got something like that, of course you can teach that dude. The question is, how much is he willing to learn? How much discipline he has to willing to apply it? Bud says the man is a bronze gold medalist. I don't buy that he can't box crap. Exactly, Bud. I agree. 2 fights and not a win against Fury. He has to learn to do something else against Fury. I honestly thought that Wilder was going to go through the rest of his career undefeated, says William Smith. And that's a Fury fan. Salute to William. Salute to Northern Ireland. Don't change anything but Fury's gloves and check your water. Salute to Dundada. Yeah, man. Yeah, definitely do that shit. You know what I mean? Definitely do that shit, man. But I just need him to. I think we all in agreement here of what we want to see Wilder learn, or what he needs to learn. If you are a Fury fan, what he needs to learn, and that is road work, fighting going backwards, fighting on the inside. These are the 3 points that we're gonna be looking for in the third fight. Is Wilder going to improve in any of these areas? Now, before I end the video, I want to get into some of the quotes real quick from Dan Goossen, and let's get what Dan has to say, and let's see if we can apply. According to Dan Goossen, boxing trainer, and I quote, and it's been rumored that Dan Goossen is also going to be working with, could possibly be one of the names on the short list to work with Deontay Wilder. And he says, and I quote, Fury pretty much said what he was going to do. I didn't necessarily believe him when he said, look, I'm going to go out and try to knock him out early. I feel like with my new trainer, I never knew anything about boxing before. I've really learned a lot in just one camp. I feel like I'm punching with my knuckles more. The whole rundown, and he credited to one camp. Remember, the key line here is, I feel like I really didn't know how to fight until I got with Sugar Hill, end quote. That's Tyson Fury. That's Dan Goossen speaking about Tyson Fury. A guy who beat Klitschko, right? 10-year reigning champion. A man who reached the highest height in boxing, stated that he didn't know boxing until he went to the Kronk gym. You see what I'm saying? He added more to his arsenal. Came late in the game for Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury been around for a long time. Tyson Fury been in a lot of gyms. Tyson Fury has even sparred Deontay Wilder at once upon a time. He's been in there with a lot of them. And to know he's been in there with the Klitschkos of the world. You name it. Sparred them all. And he says he doesn't know boxing. A man who says he prided himself on being a boxer. Says, I didn't know boxing until these dudes just taught me a whole new side of the coin. A whole nother side of the game. And he applied it. And I give Fury full credit for learning something new and applying it methodically. Methodically. I see many of y'all out there fuck with that word. But anyway, that's what Wilder has to do. So according to Joe Goossen, he goes on and says, and I quote, so will it take Deontay years to figure out subtleties about the inside game that he lacked? Well, it didn't take years for Fury to learn a new game in one camp. Now, did it? Because nobody had ever seen him fight like that. He's always been a boxer until he hurts you or you're too small for him, and then he'll wear you out. But for the most part, he learned to do new things in one camp with Sugar. So if you ask me, can Wilder be taught? He's got a lot of time before they fight again, almost a half a year. Of course he can learn some new things, end quote. That's according to Joe Goossen, boxing trainer. I agree with every word that he just said. Every word that he just said. He's so right. And if Tyson Fury can do it, a man that once said he had depression and everything like that, mental issues, he cut through all of that bullshit and said, screw this. A cut that he suffered with Otto Wallin that could have really derailed him. Fuck that cut. Stitch me up, get me a plastic surgeon, and put me back in the ring. And he did it. And he learned. Bomb Squad got to do the same thing. Dundada says Wilder came back too fast from the Ortiz fight all day. The first time around too, remember? They did that. It was like the same playbook over again, bro. They gave him Ortiz and gave him Fury right behind that fight. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it was a little too soon. He's been doing a lot. And I noticed that. That's something I've been wanting to talk about, too, because if you go back and you actually look at Wilder's schedule, man, he was taking rapid successions of fights. And, you know, Tyson Fury got a minute to take a break and go and face Otto Wallin. He got cut, yeah, sure. But I think the reason now, looking back, the reason that he fought Otto Wallin is because he was still learning. And some say, well, man, he didn't look too good in the Otto Wallin fight. He looked crap. How did you look like crap one fight and then look good in the next fight? I'll tell you why. Because he didn't want to show what the hell he learned. He knew Wilder was around the corner. Why the hell am I going to get in this ring and show Deontay Wilder everything that I just learned? I'm learning against this dude who I can get out of there easy work. Because there's no fucking way that you look like that against Otto Wallin and then come back in there and look like that against Bomb Squad. He was playing the goddamn game. The same way he was playing that game on that stage with the big jacket and the coat and all that. He did a masterful job at fucking with Wilder's head. I'm going to keep it 100. I told y'all this. That dude came in that Otto Wallin fight looking like a straight bum. But now looking back, I see why. Come back in the very next fight looking like a fucking knight. No way. That shit was all pre-planned. All pre-planned. Edward Stevens says, I hate to disappoint you, Wilder fans, but Wilder don't have the aptitude and aptness to adjust and adapt to new concepts. But how could you say that, Edward? When you talking about, like I just told you earlier, bro, Tyson Fury, in all of his boxing eliteness, and all of his boxing proudness, or whatever you want to fucking call it, this dude ain't medal. He couldn't even get in the Olympics and medal. Oh, but Wilder can. You telling me he can't be taught? I just don't agree with that. I can't agree with that, bro. Like, to be a 5-year, the more that people say that Wilder was basic and novice and he didn't know how to do this and he doesn't know how to do that, the more people say that, the worse it looks, because this is a 5-year reigning champion and a former bronze medalist in the Olympics. So when you say that he ain't this and he ain't that, then what are you saying about boxing as a whole? Because this dude got more accomplishments than 85% of the heavyweight division. The guy that y'all say can't do shit. You feel me? That's all I'm saying. Alex Cartier says you can do stuff like that at heavyweight, I feel. I don't, bro. I feel like, it can be relied upon one big, strong punch. Hell, we seen dudes like Butterbean be had successful, right? It can come down. But at the end of the day, it's no fucking way, bro. Like, in the Olympics, it's about boxing. That ain't a knockout competition like in the pros. You got headgear. It's a whole amateur stuff. Y'all know what it is. And this dude had to go in there and box on a point system to get to the way he got to in the Olympics. So he didn't go in there as a knockout artist in the Olympics. He went in there as a boxer. You know what I mean? The thing that y'all say he can't do, but he competed with some of the best in the world and came out on top ahead of most fighters. I'm just saying. But so, of course, he can be taught. Even though Wilder hasn't won any of the 2 fights, I still couldn't predict the outcome of the 3rd fight. It's going to be tough. It all depends on Wilder, bro. It all depends on if he's willing to learn. It all depends on whether or not he's going to soak up the game that's going to be dropped to him. It's going to depend on, most importantly, on who he brings and how much of a respect level that he has for that person. Not just a friend. Not a buddy, not just my homeboy that we kick it with at every now and again. We go out and get something to eat. We grab a brew. And he can teach me some of the game. Not that guy. No. Not that guy. I mean a real stern disciplinarian that's going to get in there, get in Wilder's face, get in his chest. Unlike Mark Breland did in that fight, who was so soft-spoken. No. He needs someone to get in his chest, wake his ass up and say, bro, remember what the fuck we did in training camp. You're not doing it right now. You're going on your own script. We can't do that, bro. We work too hard at this point. We got a game plan. That's what he needs. Word of the day in the building. What's up, homie? I am from Toronto, and I remember when Lennox lost to McCall. His boxing was not up to par. That is why he went with Manny Stewart all day. He made the proper adjustments. And salute to Lennox, because Lennox not only, of course, Emanuel Steward was tremendously respected, tremendously, and may he rest in peace. But he made the proper adjustments, and not only did he do it, but he accepted it. And he put it in his stomach, and he never let it go. Because he had that much respect for Emanuel Steward. And he believed so much in what Emanuel Steward taught him. He fought that way to his last fight. To his body was not going to allow him to fight that way no more. When Lennox picked up that tutelage from Steward forward at that point, he never went back to what he used to be before Emanuel Steward. Because he knew that I'm fucking with the right one, and I respect this man. Tyson Fury has respect for Sugar Hill. This is why if you go back to that fight in the rematch, bro, Tyson Fury was lasered into Sugar Hill when Sugar Hill was talking to him. Lasered in like, okay, all right. I mean, hanging on every word. Respect. As for Bomb Squad in his corner, Breland, you got to do this, man. You got to stay here. Wilder just like, you know what I'm saying? He don't need that. Word of the day, Wilder can do it. He is not a good boxer compared to the greats, but a professional boxer and dangerous. Most importantly, that last word you said, fam, he's dangerous. He's very, very dangerous. Very, very dangerous. And that danger is hazardous, bro. Like, he real dangerous. That just to have that danger alone can sometimes have a fighter come in and fight totally different. That's the one thing Mike Tyson had over a lot of fighters. It wasn't so much that Mike Tyson was tremendously overly skilled on a lot of his opponents. It's that his opponents came into the ring knowing how dangerous he was. That if I get clipped by this dude, I'm going fucking night-night. And it affected their game. So just to have the aura of being dangerous going into the ring, that's a good thing. According to Joe Goosen, and he says, and I quote, all I know is this, is that Deontay Wilder, under the instructions from qualified guys, which he's got right there, salute to him for bigging them up, could make a concerted effort to line up the right sparring for him, where he's not going to get beat up while learning how to fight on the inside. Because sometimes you have to put your guy in a particular spot in sparring. You've got to say you're not moving around. You're going to sit in a corner here, and I'm going to throw 4 guys at you over the next 10 rounds. And you're going to block, parry, slip, counter, bump, touch, go, slip, counter, parries, counters, all while not moving. Okay? End quote. That's Joe Goosen. He says he will put Deontay Wilder ass in a corner and I'll put 4 different dudes in there. And you got to just do nothing but block, parry, move that upper body, keep that head movement in the corner, all while not moving your feet. So maybe I would think for Dan Goosen for Joe Goosen, to say that, is he not, I guess, what's the word I'm looking for? Is he not confident in Wilder's legs? Because he's basically telling Wilder, I guess, to learn better defense and to fight on the inside and not move. So he doesn't really want Wilder to move. To stand in the corner and to just work on the upper body, working on purring, slipping the punches and all that stuff. Maybe he don't want Wilder to move. But either way, he's given certain exercises that he believed that Deontay Wilder should start working on. That inside game, though, bro, that's big to me. If Fury felt like, because I go back and watch that fight, bro, that knockdown to the body, man. Every time I watch that joint, it hit me. It hit me to the gut. You know what I mean? Wilder was just backing up, man. He was just trying to stay away from Fury. Fury hit him to the gut, man, with a shot so thunderous, bro. I just was like, my man Bomb Squad got to add some more. Coach Chris in the building. Wilder improving his game, plus being pissed off. And Fury is not having those janky gloves. Equal Fury is in big trouble. Yeah, man. We'll see. At this point, we'll see. I believe in Bomb Squad. I want to see Bomb Squad win, but I know it's going to be an uphill battle. But I knowing that the character of the person that we have here, a man that meddled, a man that picked up boxing late and still have the achievements that he have, some may say, well, man, the heavyweight division ain't that strong. I don't want to hear that shit. Because if that was the case, then Bermane Stiverne would have ruled for 3-4 years. If that was the case, then a lot of these cats who became AJ would have never lost to Andy Ruiz. People can lose. And Wilder's opposition wasn't the worst. You know what I mean? Luis Ortiz fights, the first Bermane Stiverne fight. I'm sorry, those were good fights. I don't care what nobody say. So, and he didn't lose. Speaks volumes. That knockdown to the body was perfect, says Book. Bro, perfect. perfect, bro. Perfectly placed. Every time I've watched that, I was really impressed by that knockdown more than the other ones because the way Fury was hunting him, stayed on top of him, and he let that thunderous shot go boom. It almost set him down like a 2-year-old kid, bro. And it was just like, damn. Wow. According to Joe Goosen, it's never too late. I think that they really do their homework and figure out drills in the gym, in the ring, where they just practice the inside game. Well, now you combine that with your outside game. So if the flow of the fight takes you inside, you're going to feel confident. You're not going to get panicky and hold on and wrestle and expend energy. And that's end quote. Let me say this, and that's something that Wilder got to watch out too. Fury has effectively been through training, like I say, with the WWE, with MMA. He's learned how to grapple on the inside. He's learned how to kind of grapple you and keep his weight on you on the inside. And that's a hard thing to do. And that's something that Joe Goosen needs to understand. When you telling Wilder to stand in the corner and just don't move, how long do you think that Fury is going to lay that weight on him? One of the main things in the last fight that Fury did effectively was keep putting that damn near 300 pounds on Deontay Wilder. Laying on him. Weakening him. If Wilder gets stuck in that corner, Fury is not going to sit there and swing a billion punches at Wilder. What he going to do is try to get 1-2 good shots in there and tackle him up and grab him up. Goosen got to understand, if you're going to work a drill like that in Wilder's training camp of keep putting him in the corner, it's going to be a matter of time before Tyson Fury try to grapple with Wilder and drain his ass. This is why Wilder got to keep moving in certain spots because he can't let Fury keep laying on him, fam. Silver Salomo in the building. He said, man, hope all is good, brother. All is definitely good, fam. Much love to you, Silver Salomo. Much love to all of y'all, man. For real, man. And I appreciate you, man. You already know. So, yeah, man, like, damn, fighting in the corner, it can definitely haunt you, man. So Joe Goosen, the drills that he's saying, that's a good drill. And I do want Wilder's inside game to get better, upper body movement to get a little bit better, sure. But I know for sure that this dude is big, man. You can't be backed in no fucking corner with Fury. That's how the fight got stopped, Goosen. That's how the fight got stopped. Wilder in the corner taking punishment. Drained. Are we going to talk about how the hell Fury lost 100 pounds in a year and gained back 25 pounds of muscle while training to box in 2 months? Hey, yo, Coach Chris, that's a good point. Hey, man, I don't know. We'll deal with more of that when we talking boxing tomorrow. We can talk more about that, man. But the point I'm going with this thing now, bro, is that the past is the past. Whatever Fury done, he done. He got away with it. He got away with it. My thing is, if nobody's willing to change nothing or investigate this seriously, take it seriously, if no one is willing to push this to the high courts or wherever the fuck it needs to go, then why are we still talking about it? Because the date gonna come. And we gonna still be sitting here looking like crybabies. No, fuck no. We moving forward. It is what it is. The powers that be did what the fuck they did. We going forward. Because this story ain't over. People talking like the story is over. People talking like the war is over. You're crying over fucking spilled milk. I don't give a shit no more at this point. We talked about it too many times. We moving forward. What does Wilder got to do to get his belt back? That's what I want to know. It ain't going to come through a court. It ain't going to come through an investigation. It ain't going to come through none of this shit. It's going to come through him getting in there and whooping Tyson Fury's ass. Period. It's the only way. We can talk videos about gloves and drinks and this and that till the cows come home. That shit don't mean nothing no more. We know what Fury is. If you feel Fury cheated, fine, cool. We know the man can't even go back to his own land and fight. Cool. But ain't shit changing. You know why ain't shit changing? Too much money. Too much money. Too much money involved here. You think they're going to wreck the other side, the Bob Arums, the Frank Warrens, the MTK Globals, they believe that Tyson Fury got this. They think that he got this. And we moving forward to AJ. That's a lot of money. That's a system. That's a cabal system that's hard for Wilder to beat at this point. The only way that Wilder can beat them, without, of course, hands down proof, is to go in there and kick Tyson Fury's ass. And I want to see him arm himself to kick his ass. To be honest with you, bro, I wouldn't want Wilder to win his belt back through a tribunal or investigation. I wouldn't want them to give him that belt back for that. I want him to whoop Tyson Fury's ass. Simple. Supreme Beast Boxing say, man, Wilder going to salute to the brother, man. Wilder going to have the whole court in the ring all day, fam. I couldn't have said it no better. That's where the judge jury is going to have to be held at, right there in the ring, with Tyson Fury laying on his fucking back. It's the only way. That's the only way you're going to get your redemption. You're going to get what you want. And it will be even more gratifying for Deontay Wilder. Because if he can stand over the body of Tyson Fury and look down and say, look what I've done. I've came back from the fucking ashes. All that I've been through, and I still put this man on his back. Do you know, fight fans, what that do? Do you know what that does to the psyche of Wilder? Do y'all know what that does to the psyche of his fan base? Do you know what this places him in the halls of history? That's all Wilder got to do is beat Tyson Fury's ass. We want to make it like it's so complicated. And his team need to be on their fucking game. You need to have a man in that man's locker room from the beginning to the end. You need to know everybody involved. You need to know which people from the commissions are watching what, where the gloves at all times. I need to know everything. That's Wilder's team's job, not ours. So, if you believe that Tyson Fury got away with some shit, it is what it is. We're going to keep whining about it. We think Wilder going to get his belt back in a courtroom. We think Wilder going to get his belt back in a hearing room. Or you think the news media going to be able to bring Deontay Wilder his belt back? It can't happen, fight fans. So stop whining and let's get the fuck on with it. Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury 3 coming. Wilder, bring it back home, please. I want the farmer to walk bomb squad. Hey, Dundada, bro, that'll be brilliant. Hey, somebody please shoot that to Wilder's social media like yesterday. That will be brilliant, fam. The farmer, Mr. Martin Carefoot, walks Deontay Wilder out to the ring would be legendary, champion. That shit need to be pitched to Bomb Squad. God damn, Dundada. Salute to you, fam. I'm not worried about it. Wilder's definitely beating the brakes off Fury. He wants revenge on his own hands, says Coach Chris, all day. I love that. I love that. Damn, champ. Hey, Dundada, you straight inspired the fuck out of me with that one, bro. That would be legendary. Anybody from Bomb Squad camp. Bomb Squad, anybody. PBC, go find Martin Carefoot. Go find Martin Carefoot. Damn, that'd be brilliant, bro. That'd be brilliant. 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 But at the end of the day, Wilder got to arm himself, and he got to get the job done. And I believe he can do it. I believe he's going to do it. I'm dying to see the names that maybe get leaked out or who Deontay Wilder is working with. I'm dying to hear. I'm dying to hear. But it is what it is, man. I'm going to go ahead and get ready to get up off of here, fight fans. Much love to you all, man. Man, this was a great live, man. Tomorrow, we talking boxing all week long. I didn't do Wednesdays because of basically the mood of the world right now. Giving us all that's going on in the news right now, right? I mean, boxing is real minimal compared to some of the things that's going on. So I thought I'd wait till Saturday to drop We Talking Boxing. Got a list of topics ready to go. Can't wait to talk about it. Got a lot of good things to chop it up about that's been going down in boxing this week. We know boxing is now returning back in June. Salute to Top Rank and Bob Arum for putting on the first shows in America. So we got a lot to talk about. Some upcoming fights. A lot of good news been coming out. Just little shit that boxing junkies like. And we're going to get to that shit tomorrow, man. We're going to break it down like we always do here. We may even do an extended long show. You know what I'm saying? Because We Talking Boxing has been off the air now for a couple weeks. And mainly because of the coronavirus and all that jazz. Thumbs up on the way out if you didn't hit it on the way in. Much love to you all, man. Much love to you all. Thank y'all for supporting Main Man Made Man. You got to remember YouTube is playing the game with me. So for everybody that still comes through daily and check for the homie, man, much love to y'all, man. Y'all know it's all love, man. All day. Thumbs up on the way out if you didn't hit it on the way in. And I see y'all tomorrow. And until the next one, peace out.